Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 makes a powerful impact from the very first moment with its visual quality and atmosphere. In particular, Senua's facial modeling and expressions are so detailed that they directly convey the emotion on screen. Skin texture, eye movements, and even the smallest muscle reactions offer a natural flow. The harsh and somber landscape where the game takes place, combined with the interaction of the wind and the intense atmosphere, creates a strong sense of realism. The use of lighting adds cinematic depth to the scenes, while environmental details make the world more believable. The sound design complements this experience. Whispers and echoes enhance the psychological impact. Hellblade 2 offers an experience that blurs the line between game and reality with its technical level and emotional narrative.
He's seen you. She's What's your name? I know you. He needs you.
Unrecord is a game that from its initial visuals makes many feel like they're watching a real police camera recording. The entire game is presented from a Bodycam perspective, significantly enhancing the sense of realism. The confined spaces, sudden camera shakes, and natural viewing angles make the on-screen image look more like raw video footage than a game scene. The use of lighting, surface details, and environmental textures is understated, designed to resemble everyday life. Character animations and weapon handling also support this simplicity, avoiding any artificial feeling. In Unrecord, even the silence, echoes, and footsteps contribute to the tension. The game prioritizes cautious progress and carefulness over fast-paced action. This approach prompts the viewer to question what they're seeing, further blurring the line between reality and the game. In this respect, Unrecord elevates realism to a new level, not only through its graphics but also its presentation style. At first glance, S.T.A.L.K.E.R feels less like a game and more like a disturbing horror movie scene. Developed with Unreal Engine 5, the game is particularly striking in its animation quality and level of detail, leaving viewers speechless. The movements, reactions, and physical interactions of the creatures encountered in the game appear remarkably natural, creating an unsettling sense of realism for both the viewer and the player. While the environmental designs focus on dark and enclosed spaces, the use of lighting and shadows keeps the feeling of fear constantly alive. The breaking and deformation of objects in the environment, along with body animations, further intensify the game's atmosphere. S.T.A.L.K.E.R offers an experience that progresses through the tension created by the environment rather than sudden scares. The sound design also supports this feeling, making constant vigilance essential. When all these elements come together, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is among the games that seriously blur the line between game and reality. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 stands out among games with its realistic atmosphere. Developed with Unreal Engine 5, the game impressively portrays the Chornobyl exclusion zone. Abandoned buildings, nature slowly reclaiming the area, and the details of the environment constantly evoke a sense of loneliness and danger in the player. Lighting and weather conditions reinforce the gloomy atmosphere of the region, while maintaining a constant feeling of alertness while exploring. Thanks to the artificial intelligence system, the characters and threats encountered react more naturally, and the world doesn't feel like a static space. Survival elements such as radiation, injury, and resource management also reinforce this sense of realism. When all these details come together, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 stands out as a game that attracts attention with its atmosphere as much as its gameplay, offering a lifelike experience.
Door! Open the door!
Instinction immerses the player in a prehistoric natural setting, establishing a powerful atmosphere from the very first minute. The dense tropical vegetation, the way light filters through the leaves, and the ambient sounds make the area feel like a living ecosystem. The most impressive aspect of the game is the design of the dinosaurs. The feeling of weight they carry as they move, their physical contact with the environment, and their sudden changes of direction appear incredibly natural. This makes encounters more tense and unpredictable. Every rustle heard while traversing the forest makes you cautious. Instinction offers an experience based more on exploration and careful progression than fast-paced action. The combination of environmental design and animation quality creates a world so believable it rivals documentary scenes. Supernatural elevates the sense of realism to a new level with its dark atmosphere and the experience it offers. Controlling a character investigating a paranormal event, the silence and level of detail in the environment are immediately striking. The level designs are enhanced by dim lighting, and shadows often convey more than meets the eye. One of the most notable aspects of the game is the impact of sound on gameplay. Using a microphone, the sounds you make can alter the reactions of the entities around you, making the experience more personal. Examining the surroundings with the camera, collecting evidence, and focusing on details determine the game's pace. Supernatural offers a slowly building tension rather than sudden scares. The combination of visual simplicity and atmosphere results in an unsettlingly believable horror experience that feels like a real recording even when you're watching it.
Where are you?
Project M became one of those projects that from the very first moment it was shown made many people question whether it was actually a game. Developed by NCSoft using Unreal Engine 5, the project stands out particularly with its facial animations and character details. The facial expressions, eye movements, and skin textures look so natural that some scenes feel as if they were taken straight from a cinematic film. The use of lighting and camera angles further strengthens this cinematic effect. Rather than aiming to be a traditional action game, Project M focuses on delivering an interactive experience. The emotional reactions of the characters and the realistic flow of the scenes prevent it from feeling artificial or game-like. Especially in close-up facial shots, the level of detail clearly demonstrates how far next-generation graphics technology has come. In this sense, Project M is considered one of the projects that further blurs the line between games and films, leaving a lasting impression with its visual realism. Death Stranding 2 stands out as a sequel that significantly raises the bar in terms of visual quality and atmosphere. Extensive and detailed environmental designs, natural light transitions, and subtle facial modeling make scenes sometimes resemble film sequences. The characters' facial expressions and emotional reactions, in particular, make the on-screen narrative more believable. The effect of the wind in open spaces, the texture of the ground, and environmental details bring the world to life. The game reinforces the sense of realism not only with its graphic power, but also with the atmosphere it creates. Long walks, moments of silence, and unexpected encounters allow the player to connect with the world. The transitions between cinematic narrative and gameplay are remarkably fluid. When all these elements are combined, Death Stranding 2 offers an impressive experience that blends visual realism with emotional storytelling. Bodycam is one of those games that many viewers initially mistake for a real operation recording. As the name suggests, the game is played from a body camera perspective, and this viewpoint takes the visuals to a completely different level from the usual FPS experience. The natural camera shake, narrow field of view, and sudden focus changes make the scenes look like raw video footage. The environment designs are prepared with details that can be encountered in everyday life, which reduces the feeling of artificiality. The recoil from weapon use, sound echoes, and ambient acoustics keep the tension constantly high. Bodycam prioritizes careful movement over quick reflexes. Thanks to this approach, the player moves by checking every corner. When visual simplicity and realistic presentation combine, the result is an experience where it is difficult to distinguish the difference between the game and the real footage. GTA 6 immediately shifted the perception of realism from the moment its first footage was released. The city design, dense population, and small environmental details create the impression of a living metropolis rather than a typical game world. The way pedestrians behave, the flow of traffic, and the environmental interactions all feel natural and unscripted. Character animations and facial expressions prevent scenes from looking artificial, adding to the overall immersion. Light reflections, water effects, and dynamic weather conditions further strengthen the atmosphere of the city. Even the transition between day and night brings a noticeable change in mood. GTA 6 does more than offer a vast open world. It fills that world with convincing detail. This makes it difficult to separate what you see from real life and clearly shows the technical level the series has reached.